Okay, and welcome back. We're picking up where we left off last time in Field Glory Empires as Sparta. We're having a little bit more of a setback with this war against Persia. Because, well, one of the ways we've been previously handling the Persian armies is to have our very high quality Spartan hoplites hold the fronts, or hold the front in the hills. Well, we've been engaging them in places that, aren't the hills. Hasn't been working as well. Um, In the long run, I think that won't be a problem. We just got some setbacks. The army I built specifically to fight in the plains um, hasn't been working very well. It worked very well right until it ran out of flankers, and the cavalry died. Then the archers died, and the poor Spartan phalanx is withdrawing because it's completely by itself. It tried. It tried very hard. It wasn't enough to make up for the flankers not being quality. Shipyard for manpower. That gives us access to heavy ships here. We're not really desperate for that. I think I'll grab the wall upgrade. And yeah, we'll get the Great Military School in a turn. The large walls will be done the turn after that. Apparently we haven't imported wine here yet. Is this the island? This is one of the islands, yeah. So this would probably be a reasonable place for a vineyard. Same sort of thing for the quarry. Let's get the quarry so we can get the regional road and get the regional road up to the paved road. That makes sense. Okay. Noble Gardens for more culture. We're maybe not desperate for more culture, but it's always good when it's being presented. We'd lose a little more construction, so more guys in construction, please. Go to the oil mill to import oil, but we can use the garum shop to do the same thing, and we'd rather move it around rather than produce it. Hospital. Yeah, I think the hospital here would make sense, because we haven't built the Greek temple hospital. That's excellent there. We are actually starting to reach the point where I need more loyalty. This is not a great loyalty building, but it is a loyalty building, so we'll grab it. And to get better ones, really, we need 3 culture buildings. That's a culture building. It'll have to do. Land expansion. Another half of 1 legacy there. Cool. Military store, large farm finish. We don't need so much on stability, though Hayes could probably use a little bit to make up for the fact that it's been raided, but then everything else is probably going to go infrastructure to food. I suppose poor old Hayes here probably just needs to get fortified more is what we need to do, so those raids stop working. Or, I could attack the source of the raids, that would work as well, but that would require us having a gap in being attacked long enough to go take advantage of the gap. Training ground. Both of the military expertise ratio, it is a 0-slot military building, and its upgrade provides manpower, which we are in, well, after getting one of our armies wrecked, less of a desperate need for it, but we still would like more manpower. Large farm for more food, and it's basically a 0-slot upgrade. Salt house. Can stabilize it. Then we can take some guys off here to get the food up. Gymnasium, manpower, cool. Region is reasonably stable otherwise. This one's probably about to go. Let's be fair. They're going to storm that, so this province is going to collapse. Two building slots there. We've got the hospital, and we did pull the Echosophilion. +1 legacy, 3% faction-wide health, and then we can tear the hospital down with it afterwards. Yep, now we're on to loose. You were loose. Grab a training ground, that's all the loose, okay. And as much as those guys have been annoying raiders, they're technically not barbarians. I think I only just queued up the recruiting, right? So we're gonna wait a turn for it to show up. Yeah. So, Persians storming that location. There's us attacking in the hills where we're a lot better. 9v11, but we got a min roll 7, so that's kind of what we're relying on here against the Palace Guard. Somewhat surprised we're running into Palace Guard, but 9v4, okay. Yeah, so it should be mostly a mop on the rest of the positions. Yeah. I suppose we could have those two hoplite units work together. They'd provide enough frontage. It'd be a little bit hell from a supply situation, but that's what it takes to engage the Persian army. That's what it takes to engage the Persian army. Persia's still in the declining tier. No luck with them picking up aging tokens yet, though. Contobata has been proposing peace. Okay. Oh, I think we allied these guys. I think these are rebels. No. Counterproposal. No. You. Counterproposal. No. I'll take white peace. We can just accept that we're not fighting each other, but I'm not giving you my legacy. Our Golden Age is done, so that's our revenue bonus way. Okay. Okay, how far can you push in a turn? You can get all the way out to there. You can probably go to the same place, that makes sense. How far west can you get? You can get about halfway there. Okay. Thought I'd order an assault here, but apparently we didn't. Go ahead and storm that place. Is there any walls there? No. Okay, we'll take a little bit of attrition if we just pursue them because we don't have the flankers, I think. But we'll do that anyway. We'll move down there. The Mandarin will get to work taking the mountains. And otherwise, I think we're still struggling with manpower, and we've got a little bit more of a fear of running out of money. Oh, double good choice here. The Mausoleum, faction-wide culture, faction-wide loyalty. If we weren't being presented with a world wonder hero, I'd be taking the paved road. Let's just say that. Would be taking this one if we didn't. For the trade range, and okay, the commerce jump isn't very much here. But no, Mausoleum. Noble Gardens should finish next turn. Plenty of stuff to build here. Money to manpower. It's not a very good ratio of money to manpower, but ideally we don't want to be losing it per turn. We want to be at least neutral on it per turn. Health for stone. I don't really need stone that desperately. Yes, we just do a reroll here. Okay, those are fine. One place to build here. Probably too much to build, to be fair. Bronze works, we can import the tin, but we're not going to bother. Weapon depot. A little more meh. We'd probably want the archer range. But we got 2 slots here. We're not necessarily desperate to get the right building. 3 food for the aqueduct. Actually, let's go wheelmaker. We'll do like wheelmaker, brickworks. And then we can do the road upgrade when we get the next pop in. And yeah, that's far overkill from how much infrastructure we need to build that one boar building. In fact, we have enough stored up that as long as we have some infrastructure income, it should build. There we go. That helps a bit with the money. Put a few more of these guys onto stabilizing. There we go. Do the Noble District. Or Noble Division House. What's the health? Continue fishing for that legacy. Large farm's fine. Grab. We now have a source for leather, so this is actually a pretty good infrastructure equipment building. So if we want to be building troops in the region. And this is one of the places we can recruit archers here. Some decent archers. And apparently this is where we can recruit our elephants from. Why? I'm not so sure. But we can. Do we have, like, ivory in the area? Yeah, not sure where I can get elephants here, but I can. So we'll accept that we are. All stable in the Western Front for the moment. We do have a loose, not surprisingly. Okay, we can keep it stable for as long as it's still in our control. That's probably the next one to go. Let's be fair. Okay, we're attacking. This plains don't quite have enough flankers, so we may take some losses on the flanks. But we're gonna slap them in the center. Okay, we got away with no loss on the flanks yet. And this is the storm. Should go reasonably easy. Yeah. As I said, that's probably the next one we're gonna go. Oh, and they just, oof. They be coming. I guess we didn't form up garrisons in those locations yet. Okay. We're still in the progressing tier. They're still in the declining tier. Okay. Buy, sell, or displace slaves. We're going to displace them again. Spend money to get manpower or metal. But we're apparently even losing metal now. Okay. Let's push you into port. See, you go by land. Go by land. With a target in the army, get those ones merged up. We'll start marching east. You're going in. Is there even a wall? There's a wall there. Should probably still be able to storm it. You do have an assault command. This is a walled settlement. The mountain men are not going to be so good for storming, so they should be able to put it under siege. And then, if given enough time, either they'll sort of be a honeypot for the Persian army, or they'll take the thing by siege. They are a bunch of medium infantry, so they siege pretty well. You got a siege strength of 6. This probably has like a siege resistance of 1. Yeah, so I don't expect the garrison's going to hold out for very long. Could grab a bloomery. That would definitely help on the metal side. Like, that would fix the metal entirely. So I might do it just for that. Yeah, the other one would be Fisher's House. Oh, and this is one of the places we have access to drugs, apparently. But no, I'm gonna deal with the negatives first before dealing with the positives. Nothing to build here. Could definitely use more money, so we're gonna put it on money first. Food second. At least until we get another golden age. And then we'll have extra money income from that. What do we have for... We have 1 food building here. And we don't have farms out on the island here, apparently. So we are going to have to take something that is subpar-ish. If we want another food building. On the other hand, we could do something like preserved foods, yeah. Yeah, we don't need the health building. Let's go to shipyard. Road? Though the hospital is tempting as well. But road. Mainly going the road because I think it's actually more likely to pop back up again than the... or the hospital is more likely to pop back up again than the road. Except the slow building there because I want the income. Oh, did you get raided again? Again? No, you had a slave. Okay. At this point, we don't have enough to keep it stable, so we'll just accept production, or we'll accept food in this case. Noble district to be done next. Because the raid has gone away effect-wise, you can get going there. If we didn't have regional road, that would be a tempting granary, but no. Probably don't need that much infrastructure to finish the road, but it'll overflow into the next construction, so that'll be fine. And, ooh. Plantation's tempting just for that food. Hospital is also tempting as well. But we're gonna go to the plantation here. And no loose ones for the moment. Okay. So once this merges back up again, we'll have a center front line of 8 Spartan phalanxes, 2 elephants, 4 cavalry to serve as the flanks, and we did grab 8 archers, so we should have a decent back line. I may... what, like 6 more if we can get it? Well, they'd want to be skirmishers, not... archers. Anatolian medium cav. Look up a couple of these. Tag them in as well. Yeah, apparently if one of bring skirmishers is going to be the skirmishers from Greece, so they're going to be a little bit late to show up. Also in Javeliniers, yeah. We'll grab a batch of those. Anyway, we're going to hopefully hold the hills here. We got the frontage for the hills. We don't have for the plains. That's why we're going to try to hold up here. And try to retreat down the 152 stack. We'll go back on the offense again. Okay. This is my garrison and our allies versus a small Persian army. Mostly, I think that was the allies doing the heavy lifting there. We're assaulting the fort. Okay, well. This was supposed to be in the hills. They did not get there in time, apparently. Okay, this is the mountain men. The mountain men are going to have... To be fair, they're in the hills here, which is not really where they want to be, but... Mountain men. Base 9. Okay, we've got Mineral 6. These are not the unstoppable Spartan hoplites, but still. 9v3. Bad day for the defenders. And our guys do get in siege position, okay. Still progressing tier. Persia did manage to get out of declining tier and even picked up a progress token somewhere. Okay, this army is ready for deployment again. Okay. One of the people that we were negotiating accepted, one said no. That's another Pan-Hellenic Games. I suppose we will do. Let's go Mycenae. Okay, send them all the way down there. So this is operational, but a little bit more wouldn't hurt, specifically for dealing with these planes. We're having the better attacking one, hopefully attacking the Persians and driving them back out of the hills. Hopefully these guys can get sheltered in the hills, where they get torn up too much in the plains. And then that's our troop movements. We've got the siege going on here. It is expected to last a long time. Because I have increased farmer labor kicked in right now, which is offsetting the siege penalty. We'll see. I suppose our fleet here can probably do some bombardment on the next turn if we get a decent opportunity to. Mausoleum's still coming along. Oh, apparently got too much off of construction there. We did take some damage from raiding. Of course we did. Constructing fine. 3 open slots. Vasselin Temple is really nice on the coast. Trading... Where... It might be because the port's being blockaded right now. Usually get coral. Coral's usually pretty easy to get on the sea. Oh, maybe my source coral is over there. Okay. I was expecting there to be more. Okay, there's some over here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, it's because we're being blockaded. Well, that'll be fixed as soon as the blockade's gone. Okay, regional or public road. issues like this province is having as reasons why having neighbors is annoying, apparently, in this game. Sometimes. Tribunal. Grab the school. Smokehouse. We'll grab the school. Oh, and we do have the Master Armor Smith here. Interesting. So if we... that's probably a good place to leave armies when we're not actively using them. Grab the gymnasium for more manpower. You'll build there in the turn, so that's fine. We'll go to the archery range here, because this is a place where we can recruit provincial archers. That plantation will be good from a food perspective when it's done. Barracks for a bunch of manpower, cool. We've already got walls. Walls are always a good upgrade to pick up. We're avoiding building them because we do have a cultural special building that has a bonus that applies to unwalled provinces, but you can't delete them, so if you've got them, you might as well build them if you're smarter. Already stuck with them, might as well build them. Okay, so that's all of them. I don't think there's any regional ones you want to do. Okay, cycle the turn. Okay, we weren't able to do the attack we wanted, but we were able to engage the Persian army in the hills, which is where we wanted to engage them. Mineral 7's probably going to carry the day here. Got us at least a stalemate. A little bit tired here, so it's only mineral 5, but it's a base roll of 9. Okay, yeah. Good old Spartan quality, carrying the day. Just a small naval battle. Which completely exhausts the enemy fleet. Warship versus light, heavy versus light, heavy versus light, heavy versus light, and another heavy versus light, yeah. Oh, the Persians had managed to sneak a navy out here. Those guys are about to have a bad day, yeah. The devastation of our archers. Sparta won the battle, okay. We're still in the progressing tier. Persia may still be in the stable tier, or did they decline again? No, still in the stable tier, 46. What do you want? Once again, counter proposal. How about, no. Give you white beads. We're at war with Macedonia. Okay. That's a complication in the rear. Yeah, that's a complication in the rear. Order the attack. We need to get you back to interdict the western area. At some point, I'm gonna have to pull one of these armies out to go deal west. Storm the fort. I can probably get away with 2 in the west, 2 in the east. So we need to get our open terrain unit, or open terrain army back in operation. If for no other reason than to tie up the main Persian stack so we can pull one of the other ones out. Got a harbor to build. No place that's desperate for one. Let's go and upgrade you to next tier. We'll have our fleet do a bombardment as it leaves. The siege might last a long time. Yeah. Okay, we'll have to meet up there. But yeah, we'll see how quickly they actually get engaged. They technically declared war on our subject instead of declared war on us. So they might not be positioned to actually do anything against us. And then I should start contemplating, can I get a peace with the Persia? So I can pull more back to deal with them a little bit more decisively. Tavern import wine. Weapon depot is not bad for the extra siege resist. In a place where we're, you know, actually building weapons. Decent culture here. Let's do the sanitation. We got walls here. We do have weapons here, so even though this is, we don't get the training bonus, we get the manpower here, which is why we're going to build it. Or why we would build it if we weren't being presented with legacy. Legacy is just strong, like legacy. Okay. Academy. That's fine. It's fine. Anyway, let's see. Can we negotiate something with Persia? Given the circumstances. We'd have to give Persia stuff. Don't want to give Persia stuff. I want to be taking things from Persia, not giving things to Persia. So I might, in theory, if we were to get like white peace, I'd accept that because we'd at least get the finger back. Yeah. If I was desperate, I could turn manpower into another army and make the manpower drag even worse. Not quite that desperate yet, I think, with Macedonia. We don't see any of their armies on the border. We're going to try to rapidly redeploy over to that border some of our forces if we can. Okay, they're attacking us again, preventing us from moving. So they got a higher initiative, apparently. Oh, and there's the Macedonian army, 42 units. And I think that is a world settlement. Oh, well, actually, maybe that isn't a world settlement. That's a bit of an issue if it isn't, because that means that place has fallen. Yeah. This is a defense penalty, so I think that's going to be fine for the moment. I'm going to give you an attack order. Go attack the Persian army. I'm going to give you a move order, move there. I'm going to give you a move order, move there. And we'll try to actually have that fleet come back east for escort duties. We're trying to get our guys back west. We're keep trying to pull you out. We lost a progress token. We can probably get that back. It's not going to be too much of an issue. The biggest issue is that people are out of place, is probably a good way to describe it. We'll hold on that prospect for the moment. I think I got a place I want to use it, but it's not in our current control territory. Okay, nothing to build here. We are kind of desperate for more money, so we're going to swap over to more money. Oops. We'll go Tribune here, and we don't need the Physician House, so we can tear it down as well. Free the space back up. We could use more metal. Furnaces, decent source of metal. Coastal market, that's a decent coastal market, but no, we're gonna do the code house. The horse is fine. We got everything done here, so we can move over to a little bit more money. Academy. 4 building slots, okay. Military stores, equipment stockpile, reduction of manpower for over here. Well, actually, this is a place where we might build elephants, and these elephants are probably reasonably manpower heavy. To the road. Lead mine. Physician's house. We're gonna want it for the, again, the cultural building. Your loose place. We'll do the wall upgrade. We'll build siege workshop. We're not even sure we're going to be holding on to this location, so let's not stress over it too much. Okay. You go down there, you're ordered to attack, you're ordered to withdraw. Fleet's coming over, so if it actually manages to disengage and get to this province, we've got an escort to get it to one of our provinces, so we can move it westward. That one's working, moving westward. I resist saying my worries in case I jinx myself with them. But we've been at war with Rome before, and they could declare on us. Okay. Okay, and the army did manage to engage in the hills against the larger Persian army. Okay, we're not being outflanked here, so this will work well for us. Okay. Oh, a bunch of archers arriving. Okay. Nice, easy cleanup. Okay. This is the hills. The phalanx works perfectly well in the hills, so we're not too worried about the phalanx having to struggle here. Macedonia is attacking. Storming a fort. Looks like the fort may have held. It's good. Still in the progressing tier. Persia's back in the declining tier. Again, we're kind of hoping to get 5 aging tokens and get distracted to all the civil wars that'll pop up. We got a new ruler. Savage. Well, we can raid. We don't need to raid. We're at war with people. We got people to invade. Apparently the game considers losing those wars, which maybe isn't so surprising. Erecting in Umbria a royal tomb. Okay, that's where all our money went. That seems to cost a lot of money. Yes. Yes, it does. Why they put it right next to Rome, I don't know, but they did. 15 culture, plus 1 legacy. Nice. Assuming it doesn't get looted. And it'll probably get looted where it is, because they picked like the worst place in the world to put it, but, you know, RNG. RNG does RNG. So it's 1 turn to get out there. Where can we get in on the second turn? Get to a port over there, port over there. Let's assume we're sending it there. And this is the phalanx. Send the phalanx after the large army. We're not expecting a Persian army to be in our, or Persian navy to be in our way, so we can do the naval movement to there. Because we'd see them at this point, right? You'd see them if they were there or there, and we know they're not blocking our ports. Siege is continuing. Might last a while. Yeah. Somehow they're making food better than we are. We're making food while garrisoned, because that'd be a thing they do. Okay, so food, infrastructure stable, money increasing, nothing to build there. Do have something to build here, and we need to move more to infrastructure. Upgrade the palace guard from 1 to 2. Gives another another legacy. Beliefs puts more palace guard here, which is also nice. Increases the taxation penalty there. Then we can source wine gold or silver. We can do more manpower. Okay, so we'll build up that garrison. That makes sense. Pick up the coastal market will pass. Gymnasium for the manpower. Theater for the culture. Not necessarily helping with our immediate concerns, though, I suppose. Sewer. Pick up the vision house so we can be rolling for the unique building, or the culture building. We're having so many problems so many places. And a lot of the problems are fixable, is a good way to think about it, right? A lot of the problems are fixable. It's just finding the time to fix them. Tavern's gonna finish, that's fine. Academy's hopefully gonna finish soon. Let's grab the cult site, it'll help with conversions if we can hold on to the location. Sewers. Let's build up that large wall. No other reason to defend the tomb. You're loose. Got smoke works, even though you're probably not going to get used because of how badly damaged everything is. Okay. Some merchants in specialized markets, so Judea, are so rich that the insane inflicts money across whole sectors of the Spartan economy. Coinage had to be based. Okay, so there's where 1,000 of our money went. That's one of the bad events you can get from having Stoa. They're incredibly powerful, but they can also do pretty large economic damage. Okay. Let's cycle the turn. We're hoping that we are able to attrit this army down, lay siege here. In fact, actually, we should order the assault, because these guys should just be able to handle the assault. Get these guys westward, get those guys westward. Yeah. Attacking Persia. Apparently, it looks like they sallied instead of being stormed. 7v4, which goes well. Okay. Well, the fort's still holding. That's good to see. And that's our... Well, okay, I forgot this is a forest here. This isn't actually a good place to engage, but could be worse. It's not a good place for them to fight either, which is at least working in our favor. Oh, the fort did fall. Okay, in the chaos of the enemy retreat, we have driven them from that province. It's good to see. And we have managed to unentangle 2 of our armies. We're still in the progressing tier as a glorious empire. If we get another progress token, we'll become Golden Age, which will raise our tax revenue. Persia is still in the declining tier. I think they just picked one up because I think they were down to -2, but they're back up to -3. You were proposing peace again. If you're proposing, yet no counter-proposal, how about no? And they're not even on board with that. So, okay, no. Discard changes, tell them no. These are still... Oh, well, we got 40% war score in our favor, at least at this point. So they're appreciating the fact that their army is getting mauled, even if they've got a territorial advantage. Defensive war, base accept chance, war duration, allies or vassals, clauses in war score, is being offset by effect. We've got other things on them. And they still technically have a larger army than us, even though we've mauled their army at this point. Okay, let's cancel out of this. For 4 tokens, okay. Okay, so you're going there. You are... Oh, you are actually able to make it all the way back to Sparta. Is what that's implying. Can you? Yes, okay. We'll send you to Araglade. And we'll send you to Araglade as well. They take roughly the same route, so they should protect each other. Our new and improved road network is allowing us to run very quickly across our terrain, so we can get almost back to where the Persian or the Macedonians are on our territory. We can drive them out of here and drive them out of there, then we can start crossing the Pontus, the Hellespont, Bosphorus, you say, whichever way you want to say that, into Eastern Thracia. Once these guys arrive here, we'll start working our way up there. Macedonia, to be fair, is going to have a bad day. Unlike Persia, I don't think they have the manpower to just fight and fight, fight and fight again. Okay, we'll swamp over to the hill. Got a little bit of mold, but I think you will feel much better fighting in the open as the attacker. Hopefully. I'm going to pay the manpower bonus to get you moving faster. So you are more likely to get the attack off on them instead of the other way around, hopefully. Tempted to pay the legacy bonus here for the +1 attack defense. Yeah, to get a decisive one here, I'm going to pay the 10 legacy bonus, legacy cost. Usually don't do that. Alright, siege. They've apparently taken enough damage. They are actually starting to take food balance. Okay. Okay, we're going to give them a general and tell them to exit to drive off the attacker. You have a general. Everyone has a general, right? Yeah. Okay. City Guard. This is not a place where I really want City Guard. Well, it's useful right now, because it's going to provide loyalty, it's going to provide more garrison to a quarter fort. Or we could go tavern and move the wine around a little bit more, get a little more money that way. Yeah, let's go to the tavern. Oh, and I need guys on food. Because apparently we got our farming province raided. Okay. Close enough. That looks fine. A little close on the food, but fine otherwise. That's fine. Cool. If we had more income, we'd move them off of gold, or off of commerce making, so we could get construction going faster, but we don't. Improve the wall, so you're a little bit less likely to take damage from future raids. This is one of the places I'm recruiting, or can recruit, a specialty cav. That does make you tempting. Yeah, let's grab you here. It's fine. Let's grab the sewers to get our build slot back. And then we're around to the loose. We've got enough territory in here, we can form a province. Probably does once, goes once, we'll make you the provincial capital. We'll see if we can even hold on to that, but... Coastal Fortress, okay. And we can get silk, okay, so that's a good set of combos, and that's all our loose, so that's good. And this is probably a good place to put a part break in. So if you're watching on YouTube, there will be a part up tomorrow where we try to square the circle that is fighting Persia and Macedonia at the same time. We really only want to be fighting one of them at the same time, or one of them at a time, but we're fighting both. And honestly, we could be getting into a war with Rome at some point as well. So, things are interesting for the wrong reasons, let's say. Yeah, and if you're watching on Twitch, feel free to hang around. This is going to be the midstream break where I go get a cup of tea, so I'll be back with a cup of tea as soon as it's made. So until the next part, wish you all the best of luck and a good time. Catch you all in the next part, and bye for now.